Did you know that Adderall, a drug given to people with attention deficits, works in the same fashion as cocaine and methamphetamine? In fact, Adderall is actually a low dose of a stimulant drug called amphetamine. Stimulant drugs are drugs that increase energy, alertness, and activity. Some examples are amphetamine, methamphetamine, and cocaine. At low doses, these drugs enhance attention. However, at high doses, they lead to confusion, impaired attention, and impulsiveness. Stimulant drugs work by blocking the reuptake of dopamine and thereby prolonging its effect on its receptors. Okay, so what exactly does this mean? Let's start off by explaining what neurons are. Neurons are brain cells composed of the following parts: the dendrites, the axon, and the axon terminals. Two neurons will meet at a space called the synapse. The synapse is a microscopic space in between neurons. A neuron located before the synapse is referred to as a presynaptic neuron. A neuron located after the synapse is referred to as a postsynaptic neuron. Neurons communicate through action potentials. Action potentials are impulses that run along the axon at constant strength. The dendrites will receive the impulse, the axon will carry the impulse across the cell body, and the axon terminal will send the impulse across the synapse to its neighboring cell. Communication across the synapse will occur in the following manner. The presynaptic neuron will release neurotransmitters or chemical messengers into the synapse. These neurotransmitters will then bind to receptors on the postsynaptic neuron. Once these neurotransmitters bind to their receptors, they will activate an action potential on the postsynaptic neuron. Then, the postsynaptic neuron will relay this message to its neighboring cells. Once the action potential has been passed on to the postsynaptic neuron, the neurotransmitters will be reabsorbed by the presynaptic neuron in a process called reuptake. Now, going back to the discussion of stimulant drugs, remember that stimulant drugs work by blocking the reuptake of dopamine. Dopamine has been associated with learning, attention, desire, and pleasure. When stimulant drugs block the reuptake of dopamine, they prolong its effect on its receptors. At low doses, such as in Adderall, it can lead to enhanced attention. However, at high doses, such as cocaine and methamphetamine, it can lead to confusion, impulsiveness, and impaired attention. The blocking of the reuptake of dopamine can be likened to the following illustration. In a game of catch, this person serves as a presynaptic neuron, and this person serves as a postsynaptic neuron. The ball serves as a neurotransmitter. When the presynaptic neuron tosses the ball to the postsynaptic neuron, it sends a message: "Catch me or I will land on your face." We'll say that somebody walks in front of the presynaptic neuron and prevents it from catching the ball. This prolongs the time the postsynaptic neuron has to hold on to the ball. This is the same way that stimulant drugs work.